What's up guys, Lvladen here, and today I'm coming at you with a live BG commentary. It has been quite some time since we've really just, been on retail in general, but even just played the game in retail. I feel like for the majority of the collector's bounty buff, my retail gaming has been logging in, doing my legacy raids, and logging out. And trying to level on mop a little bit, but also just kind of getting out and enjoying my summer. It's been a very nice warm summer so far, but 11.2 is coming up, and I figured I'd warm myself back up on retail because I do intend on playing the upcoming patch. The new Glad mount looks really nice. Also the story seems kind of cool and the raid looks kind of cool, so maybe I'll dive into PvE, for once. But this game I'm gonna play the 1 minute wings build here. And with this build, I'm just going to do my best to have as much Sun's Avatar uptime as I can. What the heck? How did I get up here? With the Sun's Avatar build that I'm playing, so Blizzard actually at some point fixed the problem with Sun's Avatar that was going on at the very beginning of this patch here. And what that problem initially was when you broke line of sight, not just like got out of range, but if you broke line of sight, the Sun's Avatar beam would disconnect and it would not actually come back. Now, if you break line of sight, the beam stays connected, it just doesn't deal any damage until you come back into line of sight. And the only way to break that beam is actually through ranging, just like that. So people were just going out of line of sight with the 1 minute wings build, and no matter how much damage you cranked into them, they could break it, and then you'd be wasting your cooldown, because Sun's Avatar is basically, if you have fully 100% uptime with your wings on a target, maybe just 1 or 2 targets, it's going to be your top or second top damaging ability with your 1 minute wings build here. The trade-off is you have less Dawn Light damage a little bit because you're not getting your random procs of Radiant Glory, but that single target pressure is actually insane. Let's see if we can come in here and actually deal some damage. I'm going to hold on onto my damage for just a couple more seconds. Let's get on this Mistweaver here. I'll hodge him. Get the 1 minute wings rolling right here. Kick him once. Also going to hit the Resto Shaman, and then I'm going to go back to the Mistweaver because he has Final Reckoning here. We have some insane Sun's Avatar damage rolling out. Also, with the 1 minute wings build, I do like playing Blessing of An-Shee again. And the primary reason for playing Blessing of An-Shee again here is because you get to take advantage of longer crit uptime windows. And in those windows, as you play Herald, you have a passive where your Hammer Rat has a 10% increased crit chance. And actually going into next season, the tier gear pretty much, it's like all crit based, which generally would suck, except for the fact that we might play the 1 minute wings build as our primary go-to, which would be really good. Let's try and get on this Mistweaver right here. Perfect. I'm gonna hodge the Mistweaver. Just completely melt them down with the Sun's Avatar. Oh, it's so nice. It is so nice. I'm playing a lot of Mist of Pandaria. I love these setup base goes. I absolutely love these setup base goes. I know I rarely stream, so maybe people don't hear me say this as much anymore, but I'm just not a fan of Radiant Glory and Crusading Strikes. Like, if there's a world where this build would be perfect, it would be like this build plus Templar Strike would be best in slot, which is kind of similar to the build that I was playing in the very beginning of Season 1 before they nerfed Templar Strikes. I'm gonna hold off on my my Wake of Ashes here. We'll go in here, hit the Resto Shaman. He's kind of out of line. How is he out of line still? There we go. Is this dude spamming chain heal? I'm gonna let him keep the spirit link up. Yeah, see that mage got gripped. That mage got gripped out of range of my son's avatar, so disconnected, which is a little unfortunate. All right, we got 3 bases. Let's take the bodies here. This guy has to be a bot, right? Surely. He's just casting chain heal over and over. There's no way this guy's not a bot. He pushes wall. I think he's a bot. Unless he's playing one button, and the one button rotation for Shaman healing is chain heal, that would be hilarious. Bring him back to vanilla. Alright, we absolutely cranked. Okay, so we did way more damage than I thought we were gonna do in that short span of time, since that was a 3 cap. Yeah, this build seems crazy. Top final verdict, 2.8 mil crit. Sun's avatar just does so much damn with the 1 minute wings build if you have the uptime. Dawn lights are a little bit less, sure, but I mean, this is damage that coincides with your burst. It just is like so impactful, even though it's a dot. And then of course you have your final reckoning doing a decent amount of damage as well, because you're pairing it with your wings plus your on-use trinket, which makes it actually kind of slap. You know, if you're just playing the Crusade Radiant Glory build, or even the Avenging Wrath Might Radiant Glory build, you're not really allowing your Final Reckoning to get up there and do damn. But like 2.3 mil crit for Final Reckoning is pretty good. Hammer of Wrath, I am playing Blessing of Anchi, so we're seeing some higher, on average higher Hammer of Wraths, which is really nice as well. And then Blade of Justice, I just didn't have the opportunity to really spam either of these abilities too much here. But we will going into next season when we have the new set bonus. So we're going to be pushing Final Verdicts a little bit less because we're going to lose that proc, that 4-set proc. But we're going to have more Dawn Lights and more Sun's Avatars. So I'm very much looking forward to the set bonus with this build for next season. The other thing to consider, though, is the set bonus for next season is still bugged with the Radiant Glory. So, like, if you get a Radiant Glory proc and then you put your Wake of Ashes during that Radiant Glory proc, or the follow-up Sun's like the false Sun's Avatar, I forget what it's called. So basically, next season, our set bonus for Herald procs an additional Sun's Avatar and Dawnlight after your Sun's Avatar ends. It has its own little wings animation. It kind of looks like a toy. I forget the name of the toy, but yeah, if you get a Radiant Glory proc during that, it cancels your Sun's Avatar. So that's broken, and it's also a shorter duration than if you play the 1 minute wings build. So I think we have good things to look forward to with this build here, and I'm pretty excited to play it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you all next time. Peace.